Hi Cancers, welcome to my channel. My name is Tawana. Today we're doing a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Let's jump in. All right, Cancers, we are starting your reading with the Power of Attraction card. I love this card. If it will show you the card. Annoying. Anyway, YouTube has now been blocking out the images on the card, so to avoid getting flagged, I've just blurred out the rest of the video so you guys can just focus on me. So you're just gonna have to trust that I am giving you a good description. We have two people here mirroring each other, and then there's something between them, and it's like a ball of light being manifested. All right, so it feels like you are doing something alone. I am filming this in May. However, this reading may resonate with you in June, so just take it when it applies to your life. I'm trying to get away from time because I feel like everyone in the collective now is kind of on their own timeline. And even me, for example, and other people who are in like collectives that I'm in, I experience the energy sooner or sometimes later than they do. So I'm taking that approach to my readings. All right, so you're doing something by yourself. I think this Nine of Pentacles is you, whether you are male or female, and you're having to take action. You're active. You're actually taking responsibility and doing something. This could be even work, because the Three of Pentacles is here, but also it's the Five of Pentacles. So you're working, you could be working with others, collaborating on a project. This could be your workplace, but it feels like it's in the very initial phases of something. And you may be thinking of walking away from it or leaving it. This could have something to do with the people in your environment. You may feel uncomfortable with the people in your environment, or you just don't gel with them or mesh with them. Some of you may feel misunderstood. Some of you may feel like there's backbiting energy. Some of you may feel like just a feeling of being out of place. You're already alone doing something that you probably don't want to do. And maybe you just started doing something for the first time, because I just get that the Power of Attraction, this card talks to me about the initial phases. Like you've just completed one manifestation and you're stepping into another manifestation. What I'm getting from this is like your spirit guides are saying it's too soon to quit. You just stepped into the manifestation. Give yourself some time to get used to it. That's what I'm getting. The advice here is not the right time. And I'm going to pull some further clarification on that, because I'm understanding that as not the right time to leave something, not the right time to step away from something. Just because you feel a little bit uncomfortable, it doesn't mean you should leave. So can I get some additional advice for Power of Attraction for Cancers? We have listen to your intuition, but we also have 4 more. So I'm going to shuffle again. Too many came out. Spirit, additional advice for Power of Attraction for Cancers. Helpful people. Anything else? Anything else? Advice for Cancers? No. Right. All right. So, all right. I'm with it. I'm with the message. All right. So your guides are saying no. Don't leave yet. Just because you're uncomfortable doing something, maybe you're not seeing the results that you thought you were going to see in the timeline that you're seeing them. Don't leave yet. Don't abandon ship yet. Don't abandon whatever this project is yet. Some of you, this is going to be a creative project. Some of you, this is going to be a new work environment. Some of you, this is just you putting together your energy with other people and creating a shared project. It's like You know, when, for example, I am from the island of Jamaica. When I was in Jamaica, and Jamaica in general to me now feels like there are, it's a small pond and there's some small fishes and there's some big fishes in that small pond. And then when I left Jamaica and stepped into a larger population size, I was a tiny fish in a huge pond. And of course, I needed to find like my tribe of fishes, and there were people who had their whole groups of fishes and a whole like gang of people behind them, and I had to like teeter on, find my way, even though it was isolating, and even though at times I was scared doing certain experiences on my own. I could have just gone back home and be with my family and be a big fish in a small pond, but that's not where I would grow. So I'm saying this to say that I feel like it's the same experience. Like, you're only uncomfortable in a new experience because you're not used to it yet. So give it some time. Don't leave yet. Don't abandon something yet. Your guides are helping you. And it feels like whatever you feel like you don't have, or if you're trying to achieve something and you don't see it happening yet, they're almost like, we're here and we're gonna help you if you just give yourself and give us some time. All right. Some of you guys, this is not gonna be a work situation, but could even be a home situation. Could be a family situation. Maybe you feel out of place in your soul group of family. It almost feels like before you throw in the towel, if you just hold on and give us a chance, we're going to show you why you should stay, because there's going to be something that we're going to show you that you're going to use that as a cue that we're looking out for you, and that there's many more celebratory moments just like this one. All right, cool. So next row we have is this could even be a business for some of you. This could be it's just something long term that you're working on, and it involves other people. And maybe because you're new in an environment, maybe people don't want to see you thrive, because that's the human experience. Usually when we're new to something and people have been in it for a while, they have a eye on us, like you have to like prove your worth. Those are just human hang-ups. But if you are able to like look past that and like hold your vision, things will be good. Moving into the next row, we have in the world, not of the world. And I love this card. I love it. I love it. I love it. This card talks about, when I just started reading tarot, I got that card a lot because I always felt super vulnerable and just kind of weird for following this very unconventional path that I've never personally known anyone to follow. And in my group of friends, in my family, nobody has really done this work that I'm doing. So it was like a spotlight was on me because I was just doing something different. Even though it was just cards, it felt like a big deal. And my guides were just reminding me, like, you're in this world, not of this world. Just continue to like be who you are. Shed expectations and conditioning that you've had for all of your life and be who you inherently truly are. And I feel like that's what this message is talking about too. It's like you're shedding some kind of identity. It could be shedding an identity that your parents put upon you, shedding an identity that you even put upon yourself growing up, shedding a cultural identity, shedding a relationship identity that looked as a picture of success but really was not. It's just shedding identities of what people are molding you to be and identifying with who you truly are. And I feel like you're in this kind of phase at this point. We have the High Priestess and the Four of Pentacles. So to me, it feels like you're blocking your own intuition. You're blocking your own intuition by not just letting yourself flow. And maybe not even being open to new relationships like you should be. Because there's like some worry around the Ace of Cups. Like, am I even gonna find my people? Am I gonna find people who are like me? Am I gonna find a tribe that I can identify with? Am I gonna find a person that I can identify with? And maybe that's coming from some kind of attachment you've had, or attachment you're forced. An attachment that is still lingering in your energetic field, or that you're holding on to, but it's becoming unhealthy because you're attached to it so much. It's like, maybe like, for example, you know, when you break up with somebody and you don't like know who you are outside of them, so then that kind of inhibits you from making any other connections, because like you are so tied to that you can't even open your eyes to see everything else and everyone else around you. That's how this feels. Like you're in this very exploratory phase, and you should be in this very exploratory phase, but the devil is getting in your way. Like your attachments, your unhealthy attachments, probably to identities, to a person, to an outcome. It's stopping you from flourishing and being this knight that is driven by their passions and outgoing and follows their feelings, which then creates a new energy for you to be in. So your guides are saying, whatever the situation is that has put you in this energy, whoever has put you in this energy, if it's your parents, if it's a relationship, if whatever it is that has put this conditioning onto you, exercise forgiveness and then let it go. Forgive them, forgive the situation, forgive the outcome, forgive whatever happened, and let yourself be free. Let go. Let yourself, give yourself permission to be you. Give yourself permission to be this Knight of Wands. Following your passions wherever that leads you. If it leads you into new relationships, new friendships, new whatever this is. Because this is just fulfillment of the heart. This is joy. This is your cup runneth over with love. So letting go and forgiving the situation. This forgiveness card has been coming out a lot in the readings. I think it just came out for one of the signs I did already. But I think that's like a collective theme right now. People forgiving themselves and forgiving others for outcomes that they didn't necessarily want, but it was best for them to have. Anyway, I think it came out in the Gemini reading too. So if you have Gemini placements, which a lot of Cancers do, go check that out. But yeah, let go and forgive the situation. Forgive yourself. Forgive your guides. Forgive whoever needs to be forgiven, and let yourself be this exploratory, passion-driven person. This person who's led by their ideas. When was the last time that you felt like this? Like, I'm gonna follow my bliss. I'm gonna follow my excitement. If it leads me to, I'm gonna explore the town. I'm gonna explore with new people. I'm gonna go, you know, whatever this Knight of Wands is for you. When was the last time you felt that way? All right. Last row we have is a conscious connection. So this may have to do with a connection that you have in your life, because conscious connections talk about connections that can be kindred connections. It's the connections that impact us deeply. And maybe you have one in your life, or had one in your life. We have the 8 of Swords, the moon, and the strength card, which is you. I feel like this is you because the moon is a Cancerian energy and also a Piscean energy. But I see you like struggling with some kind of uncertainty and recurring thought loops in your mind, and having to conquer that, like getting over like your own psyche. Whatever this is, if it's having to do with a person or a relationship with a person, it feels like it's putting you in this state that is like pulling you down from being this Knight of Wands, which is truly who you are or who you can be. Or maybe who you are when you are in your light energy. Infectious, adventurous. But yeah, there's a situation that you're like in your head about, a connection that you're in your head about. Maybe it's the uncertainty of the situation. Maybe the situation is causing you to have a lot of, it's forcing you to have a lot of courage right now because of this 8 of Swords, which is stress, being trapped in your head, not seeing a way out of a dynamic, not seeing a way out of a situation, just thinking about this situation constantly over and over and over again. We have the Queen of Swords and the 6 of Cups, which means this is definitely a connection that you're dealing with. And the possibility of having to clear the air with someone. I don't know if you are the King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, or if you are the Queen of Swords in this situation. But Conscious Connections oftentimes talks about a situation that can be rekindled, redeemed, or just two people going their separate ways, but there needs to be just transparency and vulnerability, things coming into the open so that the conscious connection can thrive. And conscious connections aren't something that we control. It's either we are going to connect in an honest, truthful way and we can move forward together, or we can't, but there needs to be an element of transparency between two people. Yeah, I feel like there's all these things, maybe words unspoken or things that were left unsaid that you need to discuss with somebody else, which is like causing your energy to go down and causing you to be blocked off from the possibility of anything new. And the advice for you is, if you are willing to communicate this with this person and just have an open discussion, then and only then can you have a peaceful resolution. And that peaceful resolution can look very different for a lot of you. This peaceful resolution can look like you and this person working out your differences, coming together. This peaceful resolution can look like you guys working out your differences but deciding to go your separate ways. But there are things that are left unsaid that need to be out in the open because it's affecting your energy and bringing you down and possibly stopping your ability to attract new things, or your ability to like see the best in situations, just because you're attached to something unhealthy or attached to outcomes that aren't materializing in the way that you want them to. But yeah, I see you and somebody having some kind of discussion or communication if you're willing to, because this is just a tarot reading. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do anything in this reading. But if you are open to that open communication, I see the situation resolving in a very peaceful way. And that is what your guides want for you, to be able to move into your next phase of attracting your next thing. All right, Cancers, so I'm going to leave you here. I hope this reading resonated with you guys. If it did, let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.